everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Heba from My Little Journal, and today I am excited to be sharing with you my August 2025 stamp release. This month I have 3 new stamp sets, and I'm excited to share them with you because they are all so cute. This first one is called Day by Day, and because of everybody asking me to do more like days of the week stamps, I decided to kind of play with this one a little bit. I love the font, but I also wanted to add like a little sentiment or something with each day. So I ended up adding moments from Saturday, moments from Thursday, and I also just have the abbreviations, and I added top 3 moments and notes from, and then today. So you can kind of play with these if you wanted to, and I've really been enjoying these in my daily journal. I'll share all the little examples with you, but these are just so fun to use and they're so pretty stamped out, which again, I will share with you in a bit. So next up is my Aunt Flo. This is a stamp that I've always wanted. I always like to document my period, and I always, add it into my planner, basically subtly because I don't have a stamp for it. But now that I do, I am so happy to have it in my hands and be able to document crappy moments in my daily journal, like when I'm on my period. So we have the periods suck, and then we have all the little icons that you would normally use around your menstrual cycle. And then we have period fuel, which is totally my period fuel. Like I'm always salty and sweet. It just kind of depends on the mood. And then don't talk to me. I am about to start my period. Menopause, it's not for sissies. And I just have little tidbits here and there. I love this, just me and my cramps and a heat pad. That's totally me. I'm always using my heat pad around that time. So I'm really excited to have this and share it with you, especially to all my crafty ladies who want to document their sucky moments in their daily journal. And then next up is our Stephanie Alpha. I am so excited for this alpha. I will be sharing examples of how I've been using it, but I really, really enjoyed playing with this alpha. I did name it after all my members, all my Stephanie members. As you guys know, I'm giving tribute to my peaches, so I'm naming my stamps after my peaches, especially Stephanie. She knows who she is. She was my first member sign up, so I appreciate her very, very much, and I appreciate all my Stephanies who are members of Hiba's Peaches. So I'm jumping right into my stamp release video because these just came in and I just had to release them with my August stamp release. These are new PET tapes that I created and had so much fun putting together. So I just had to jump in and just share them with you real quick. They are going to be available in my shop today. So that's why I decided to jump into my video and share these as well. So as you can see, I have 3 new PET tapes, and I'm so happy to be able to offer these in my shop just because I have become a huge fan of PET tape for the past 2 years. I've just been using them nonstop in my daily journal. So I am so happy to have them now in my shop and offer them to you. So I'm going to start by sharing the self-care PET tape. It's a large one. I will have all the measurements available on my website. So if you're interested in any of that, it will be there. I will share it with you on the roll, and then I'm going to share them with you. I usually pull out PET tape. I cut them out, or if they're pre-cut, which these are pre-cut PET tape, I do add them to my reusable sticker book. I have been using this one, so you're going to see some missing ones, but I'm going to start where, there we go. Okay, so basically we're going to start right here, and you'll see that there's so many different designs to play with within this tape. I love that you can document, exercising, the news, game night, take a walk. This is fun, like if you have a Zoom meeting or when I'm like crafting with my peaches, I could use that. UBU, that one's adorable. Can't Kill My Vibe, the little dog. My dogs are definitely my self-care, part of my self-care. And then if you're cooking, this 1, 2, 3 is so fun. You can either do a list or maybe best moments of the day, just little tidbits, or if you have pen pals, you can use that one. They're just so, so fun. So as you can see, there's so many fun designs on this PET tape. I tried to go big with some of them. As you can see, these are larger. We have smaller ones. I wanted them to kind of stand out in if you're using it in your daily journal. That's definitely where I'll be using them the most, and like my currently and stuff. But this is such a fun PET tape. I think, you could use all of this for your daily life if you wanted to, or like I said, self-care. So that is one of them, and this is my self-care PET tape. It is all pre-cut, and I will share them just basically in my reusable sticker book. And then we have this adorable Haunted Nights Halloween PET tape. This one is by far my favorite. I'm so excited for this one. They are just so adorable. I love the design, and they are going to be perfect in my October daily. And you get so many fun designs in this PET tape. Look at that. The googly eyes. I do have washi tape with the googly eyes. I love the boo. They are just adorable. And the little haunted house. So very, very fun. Loving this one as well. Like I said, perfect for October daily. And if you, theme up your planner, or you're just going to theme up your daily journal for Halloween. And like I said, these are pre-cut, so you don't have to cut them out. They just peel off every single design, basically. So that was definitely something I really wanted, just because I like to add them to my sticker book, and I don't want to have to cut each and every single one out myself. But last but not least is my Book Lover PET tape. I know you're probably thinking more books washi tape, but you guys know how much I love books. And I really wanted something that I could use in my currently, and I'll share with you in a second how I've been using this in my currently, but they are beautiful. You can make a whole line, you can use them separately. All the books have little titles, and it's just a fun little washi tape. I know I added a longer one. I think it's coming up. Yeah, this one is the longest, which is a nice one if you're using them on the layout, maybe in your traveler's notebook or something. But this one's perfect if you have a reading journal and you don't want to draw out your books yourself, or you want to add a pop of color. This is the perfect little PET tape for you. This one is on the smaller side. It's still big. It's not that small, but it is just like a nice size. And actually, and share with you really quickly how I was envisioning using this in my currently journal. So what I was doing, I was using like this washi tape or PET tape. I was using this, and a lot of people ask me where I got it from, and for the life of me, I can't remember where I got it from. I feel like it came in some subscription box or something, but I was using it for my currentlies, and I thought because so many people asked me about it that I would do something similar to that. And I'm going to show you what it looks like in my journal. I used it right there. It's just a great, easy way to add some books to your reading journal or your currently journal. And I do love that they are pre-cut. So I just peel it off and stick it down. And also added the little lamp as well. So I'm excited for this. I'm definitely going to be using this mostly in my currently journal and also in my daily journal when I'm reading to kind of document the days I'm reading. But I do want to share with you these images and these illustrations in my sticker book because I feel like you'll get a better vision of all the illustrations that come in these PET tapes. So let's take a look at my reusable sticker book. So I use this to add all my PET tape. Everything I have goes in here. I trim them out. Every few months, I'll add more to it. So if there's a page that's missing, it needs more, like something like this, I need to go in and add more from that PET tape. I find that I use them more when they're put in a book like this because they're already trimmed out and I don't have just a bunch of PET tape that's missing a few illustrations and I have to go through the whole roll to find what I want. It's basically all here, and I found this to be the best way to do it. I did get this idea from one of my peaches. The amazing Melissa shared this with us when we were in New York, and I was like, it's a game changer. So anyways, I wanted to share with you my new PET tape. So these are all the little illustrations you will get basically in one roll of this PET tape. And obviously it's like on repeat. And I just love them. They're just so fun and the sizes are great. I love that stop. I love that it's big. I did that on purpose because I do have days where I'm just like, I'm done. I need to stop and I need to remind myself. And I just love that it's so big and bold, and I'll definitely be using that a lot. This is my Haunted Nights PET tape. And again, such a fun one. I love all the little illustrations, the pumpkins. These are my favorites. I think those are going to be fun in my Scrappy Spiral notebook because for October Daily, I use the yearly project template and they're 3x8s. So these would be fun to like sit at the top of my column. That's going to be a cool one. And then there's our book lover PET tape. And like I said, it's all pre-cut, so you don't have to trim it out yourself. So these 3 new PET tapes are available in my shop today. If you're interested, just make sure to check out the links in the description box. And let's go back to my original video where we're talking about my stamp release. Anyways, moving on. Those are the 3 stamp sets that are releasing today. They are available in my shop right now. And obviously, I have to share with you them stamped out. So let's take a look at my stamps, all stamped out. And as you can see, you can color in the icons. It's a lot of fun. We have a period chart, so you can either document the heaviness of your period or how many days you were on your period. I also really had fun like just coloring in the period at the end of the sentence. And then we have the I'm still hot. It just comes in flashes now. And I colored that in kind of to look like fire basically. And just really, really had fun with this one. Really cute stamp set. Just perfect for documenting those days. Moving on, our day by day stamp set. And as you can see, it is gorgeous stamped out. I've really been enjoying stamping this in my daily journal. And then our Stephanie Alpha. Such a fun alpha. I just stamped it in 2 different colors just so you can see how it looks stamped out and if you stamped it in a different color other than black. So those are the 3 stamps. Let's take a look at how I've been using them. Let's take a look at my daily journal. I wanted to share with you how I've been using these stamps in my daily journal. I did use my period stamp there and I didn't have time to journal, but I need to go back in there and do that. But you'll see here that I've been using the day by day stamp set and it fits so nicely in that space. You'll see in August, I already stamped everything out, But I also wanted to mention, if you're not using that space for your days of the week, you can use the abbreviations to stamp in this box. Like they fit perfectly there. And you still have space maybe to stamp the weather or something like that. But I just love that we have both options basically. And also the top 3 moments, that's perfect to stamp in this column. If you are using the daily hemlock and oak, it fits really nicely in between that column here. And so you can document, your top 3 moments from the day or something. But anyways, moving on, I want to share with you how I've been using some of these stamps. Oh, I stamped it here. And I like to, by the way, I haven't been caught up in my daily journal, and so you'll see a lot of gaps. But I like to combine this stamp set with a different font. I started with the Stephanie, but I ended it with, I think that's my Lisa stamp set. And so I really like that look a lot lately. I stamped it here as well, and then just wrote to eat, forgot to eat. I literally was so busy I forgot to eat that day. Stamping the Ant Flow, and I colored in the dots just to just for some cuteness there. I did forget to color in my undies, but I will do that. Again, mixing it, use the Stephanie Alpha with a different stamp set for my title. Just because this alpha is really big for my daily journal, I do need that space to journal. So I like to mix it up with a different font or different stamp, maybe a smaller stamp, so everything can fit nicely. I also used it here and completed the title with a smaller font. So it's been so much fun using this. Oh, and I stamped it here as well. Really excited about the day by day stamp set. I think it just fits so well in my daily journal. And so every time I create a days of the week stamp, I try to make sure that they fit within my hemlock and oak, because that's really where I'm using them the most. But you could definitely use them in any kind of project. They're just so nice and clean and modern to me. So anyways, those are my new stamp sets that are releasing today. I still want to create a layout using my stamp sets. So let me figure out what I want to do, maybe print out some photos, and I'll share with you the process once I figure out what I'm going to be creating. So I decided that I'm going to work in my creative journal. I'm kind of on a roll with this. I really love the size. I've been really enjoying it. If you're new here, this is a hemlock and oak daily journal that I took apart, put it on discs, and I'm using it. And then the reason behind that is because I had this extra daily journal. I think this one was undated. I don't like to throw away my stuff. I do give away a lot of my stuff, but I also, like to use what I have. And so I found a way to use it, and it has become my creative journal. And so what I want to do is I want to document my periods, basically my essentials, what I use all the time when I'm on my period. I don't think I've ever done a layout like that before, and I have the stamp set for it, so I'm going to go for it. I printed out a bunch of photos, and I was thinking I'm just going to lay them out into columns. And I also want them to, I don't know, vary. I want the colors, basically, if I have yellows, like these two have some yellows on there. And so I want them to not be too close to each other, basically. What I'm trying to say is I want to scatter the colors a little bit so they're balanced, maybe something like that. But I also want to stamp and break down the photos. So I was thinking I can stamp somewhere around here, maybe down here or something. So I won't be sticking down my photos yet. I do want to leave some space for journaling and stamping. So maybe something like that, and stamp something in between these two photos. Let me see. So maybe this will fit if I bring those down a little bit. Yeah, This fits really nicely, and I like that it's blocky. So it just like adds to the column a little bit. And I will stamp it in black. My stamp pad is getting really dry. I have one more close to my heart black, and so I'm trying to milk it basically. And then I'm gonna have to, once that next one is done with, I'm gonna have to figure out what black I'm moving to. If you have any good black stamp pads and it's like your go-to, please let me know. I will like to try it. So let's just stamp that right there. And then maybe I can stamp something in between these two photos. It'll be a nice, like, I don't know, break between the photos. Maybe the periods suck. Maybe I should stamp it with a different colored ink pad. Let's do red. This Cherry Kisses from the Stamp Market is so good. All right, so I want to keep it in between these two. Yeah, that looks good. And I might just go ahead and start sticking down my photos. Do want to give some space for some journaling up here. So let's just do this. I went ahead and printed out my journaling. Hopefully it fits. Yes, it does. I usually like to wait until I put my layout together before I print the journaling, just so I know how much space I have and so I can size it correctly. Sometimes I fail to size it correctly, but it worked this time, so yay. All right, and I'm thinking to use the Stephanie Alpha to stamp essentials and maybe use some of these icons because I really want to use the icons. And I have the space down here. Maybe I should look through my word stickers and add a sticker down there. Let me grab my word stickers real quick. So let's take a look. We have some black ones here. I don't know if I'm going to find anything that will work. A sticker here that says restful days. I think that works because I try to rest. I'm not sure about it, but I'll keep it there for now until I'm like completely done and then decide. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and stamp essentials down here. Because by the way, my journaling, I just wrote little tidbits of my essentials, right? And so I think I can stamp it. The stamp isn't big enough to fill the space. Wait. So I have an idea. And if I do this correctly, it's going to work out. If I don't, I totally messed up the whole page, but we're going to give it a try. And I think I'm just going to do black for this. We're just going to give it a try. We're going with this black ink again. Oh, I should have started from the bottom. All right. Doing this over. We're starting from the bottom, and I'm going to stamp the last three letters. And hopefully I spell this correctly because I have a tendency to not get it right. So I'm basically stacking my letters, and I'm going to leave some space for an icon. So I can stamp one of the icons from the stamp set. And like I said, I don't know if this is going to work, but you'll never know if you don't try. So My thing is always give it a try before you decide it's not for you. And I'm gonna have to be really picky about what icon I use. I need something to fit in this space right here. And I think it's gonna end up being the tampon because there's not a lot of space there. Let's stamp out. Well, actually the pad also works. Like if I do it like at an angle for the tampon. Actually, I think I'm sticking to the tampon because I think if I did it like upside down kind of thing, that works. I think that looks great. That's looking good, but it needs color. And I think a lot of color because I have a lot of white space there. And I really think it just needs to be maybe pattern paper, maybe a sticker. So I'm going to have to go through my stuff and see what I have to add in this space. So let's take a look at my stickers. Maybe I find something, I don't know, that says ugh or something. Oh, there's like a nope. Okay, that one might work. I'm gonna put that aside. The faces also. Ooh, okay, that one also, okay. I think I have a good amount to play with. And so let's use this. I like to add a pop of red up here. And that works. And I really like the house. It has red. I'm usually homebound the first day if I can. And I do like the worst. I don't know if that's going to be too much. I actually like that. It brings that black up top. Okay, I think this is good. Don't think I need to add anything more. This worked out really well. And I love that I was able to document my essentials when I'm on my period. So fun. Well, periods aren't fun, but this looks fun. So anyways, don't forget, today is release day for all 3 stamp sets. We have the day by day stamp set. Then we have our Aunt Flo stamp set and our Stephanie Alpha. So if you're interested in any of these stamps, make sure to check out the description box where I will be adding the link for everything I used and shared in my video today. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. And I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.